Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be testing Frostpunk part 2 on my Windows PC that has a Ryzen 5700X 3D processor and an RTX 2070 Super GPU. Before jumping into the gameplay, I would like to thank 11-bit Studios and keymailer for sending me a review copy of the game. Just like its predecessor, Frostpunk 2 is a city building survival game. The game is set in New London in 1916, 30 years after the Great Storm of the original game. We build and manage a city during a catastrophic worldwide volcanic winter that almost completely destroyed the human civilization. The game uses Unreal Engine 5. It's very demanding on the GPU. Officially supports FSR 3.0. I have already done my testing. Was not impressed by FSR 3 upscaler. It made the image quality look a bit soft. This game has a lot of particle effects. Some ghosting trials can be observed around them during fast visual motion when using FSR upscaler. No FSR 3.1 means we cannot use DLSS or XeSS upscaler in conjunction with FSR frame generation. That's why I'll be using Nukem9's free DLSSG to FSR 3 mod. It will replace DLSS frame generation with FSR 3.1 frame generation. We will also be able to use DLSS or XeSS upscaler in conjunction with FSR frame generation. As my PC has an RTX GPU, I'll be using DLSS upscaler. First I'll show you the mod setup. This mod is compatible with RTX GPUs only. We'll be using build 0.100 universal version. Just click on Nexus Mods link. Need to have a free Nexus Mods account in order to download any stuff from here. Click on Files. Click on Manual Download under DLSSG to FSR 3 Universal. Now just click on Slow Download. The setup process is fairly simple. Open the zip file that you just downloaded. Open DLL version folder. Copy these two DLL files. DLSSG to FSR 3 AMD is better and version.dll. Paste them in the games install directory. Open Frostpunk 2 folder. Open binaries folder. Open Win64 folder. This is the final directory. There is the game's exe file. Make sure hardware accelerated GPU scheduling setting is enabled. Right click in the desktop area, then click on display settings. Now just click on graphics. Click on change default graphics settings. From here, make sure hardware accelerated GPU scheduling is enabled. If your monitor supports VRR, make sure this setting is enabled as well. Now I'll enable VSYNC from Nvidia control panel. Select Manage 3D Settings, then click on Program Settings. From this drop down bar, select Frostpunk Part 2. Scroll down to the end. Make sure VSYNC is enabled. Click on Setup G-Sync. My monitor supports FreeSync. Basically G-Sync compatible. These settings should be enabled. Enable G-Sync, G-Sync compatible. Enable for full screen mode. Enable settings for the selected display model. Click on Apply. We are ready to run the game. In-game settings, Full HD resolution, upscaling, set to FSR. I can toggle frame generation setting. I have disabled frame generation for the time being using FSR's quality preset. Running the game at ultra high preset. Apply. I'll skip the prologue, not very demanding on the GPU. This is my main district. I have constructed a few housing districts around it. There's one. Main district is very demanding on the GPU. You can see we are hitting the GPU bottleneck. FPS is close to 45. I'll be honest, the image quality is looking a bit soft, pixelated during fast visual motion like this. Lot of activities are going on in the district. Tons of particle effects. I'll just zoom out. 65 FPS, barren land. Housing district. Extraction points. I'll highlight the resources. See, we can expand our city, harvest these resources. Just need to frost break the resource first before extracting it. Basically construct some tiles from the main district to the resource. Now I'll enable frame generation. FSR frame generation enabled. Apply. Resume the game. FPS increased to around 60, but I'll be honest, does not feel like the real 60 FPS. Frame pacing graph is all over the place. Input delay is not a problem in this game. Don't have any character to move or look around. Animation looks a bit jarring. I'll just switch to DLSS upscaler. Frame generation of upscaling set to DLSS. We are in. This is our main district, getting around 44 FPS, roughly the same performance using DLSS and FSR 3 upscalers, but I'll be honest, the image quality is looking much sharper now. DLSS produces a better looking upscale image than FSR 3. Okay, now I'll enable frame generation. This is FSR 3.1 frame generation, except keep an eye on the frame pacing graph. Now the frame pacing graph is a flat line. FPS increased to around 70 in the main district. I can observe the added amount of smoothness. Mod is definitely working and it's better than the official FSR 3.0 frame generation implementation. Highly recommend it from my side. Games HUD elements are not flickering. People are sick in my district. Just checking out the particle effects. Extraction district. Highlighting the resources. VRAM usage is around 6 GB. I even tested the game on my ROG Ally, was not even able to toggle FSR frame generation setting on that device. Not sure why. Many games that officially support FSR 3.1 are compatible with Ally in terms of frame generation. I really hope the developers fix this issue. If your PC has an RTX GPU, just use this Nukem9 mod. That's it for the video guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.